Hi dragonflies! Today we're going to look at some different flower parts. So I bet you guys can think of a lot of different kinds of flowers that you've seen. They come in different shapes and sizes and colors. And to identify them, you have to look really close and see what is different and the same about them. That's what botanists do. So a botanist is someone who loves plants and can identify them by their leaves or their how they look as a whole plant or the flowers. And so today we're going to be beginner botanists and we're going to look at these different flowers and see what we can find. So this flower here is called a harebell, and its petals are joined together in kind of a cone, and then they come out and are separated. So this flower over here is called a birdweed. It also looks a lot like a morning glory that you might see climbing up a fence. And their petals are joined together in a cone completely. This flower, they separate at the ends, but these flowers are connected all the way around. So some flowers have petals that have different shapes and sizes, like a violet or a pansy. They'll have a couple size, usually smaller on the top, and then they have larger petals on the bottom. See, the violet here has 2 petals on the top and 3 petals on the bottom. And it looks very different than this flower over here. This is called a bottle brush flower, and this flower has a lot of stamens. So remember last time we talked about how the stamens are what have the pollen. So this flower here has a lot of pollen, and it looks like this up here is the petals maybe, or the leaves. I'm not exactly sure. This is one of my mom's favorite flowers. This is called a fuchsia. And they have brightly colored sepals. Remember, those were the part of the plant that covers the petals to protect them when they're still buds. So most of the time they're usually green or brown, but a fuchsia has very brightly colored sepals, and they bend upwards like this when the flower grows. So these are the petals down here. And so they grow downwards. A lot of flowers grow up, but a fuchsia grows down. And so these are the petals in here, and they're hiding let's see, if we flip back a page from yesterday, it's called the stigmas. That was a new word for me. And the pistil. So the pistil and the stigmas are hiding inside the petals here. But these are the stamens. Remember, the stamens have the pollen. So what happens is when a bee is trying to get the nectar, he gets the pollen on him first, and then he goes into the petals here. So some flowers have a pistil with only 1 stigma. So this is a daffodil, and I don't know about you, but on my walks I've been seeing a lot of daffodils lately because spring is here. And so when spring is here, crocuses and daffodils pop up all over the place. So a daffodil looks a little bit like a trumpet, I think. So it has this tube right here and sort of a horn looking thing. And then it has all these petals surrounding it. It kind of looks like a sunshine or a trumpet combined. It's kind of a fun looking flower. And a crocus has a pistil with more than 1 stigma. So different flowers have different amounts of stamens, stigmas, and pistils. So an aster flower or a daisy, they have, it's kind of made of a lot of tiny little flowers. So if you separate them, if you pull them apart, you can see that in the center here, they're tiny little flowers that are all closely packed together in the center. And then they have tiny little flowers on the outside as well with 1 long petal. So an aster and a daisy are made of lots and lots of tiny little flowers that all work together to make seeds. So they all need each other to spread pollen and to collect the pollen to make seeds at the base here. So this section says the bumblebee is somewhere on this page. Do you know why he visits flowers? So let's look. I want you to look around and see if you can find the bumblebee. Where could he be? Ooh, you know what? I think I spy him. He's by something yellow. Do you see him? Ooh. Ah, there he is! He's hiding behind the daffodil. There's the little bumblebee. Next time, we're gonna learn more about why he visits flowers. All right, guys, have a great day.